What's going on, friends? My name is M238, and welcome back to another episode of Paper Mario Color Splash for the Nintendo Wii U. In the last parts, we got into the Golden Colisseum. We entered a tournament in it, but we failed. The champion was too strong. Now in this part, we're going to go back to the Golden Colisseum, and that's because I actually found out something. This is kind of bizarre because this is something that I probably would never really think about unless I was like looking up some sort of walkthrough of some sort, which is like something that'd be very bizarre. Because why would you think of this? So when you lose and you run away, you leave the area, you come back. Guess what? This is open now. So we can actually now go into the spectator side, which is what we're going to do here. So if you talk to those yellow shy guys, they're going to tell you that there's some enemies. The enemies that we defeated are now here, and they're pretty upset that they lost against us. So they're going to go ahead and take their anger out on me. So yeah, they're pretty unhappy. But, you know, not much that we can do, right? When you lose a tournament, not everybody wins tournaments. There can only be one true winner in tournaments. So, I don't know. But some people take that stuff way too seriously, so they kind of just, you know, get pretty tilted anytime they lose in tournaments. Because it happens, sometimes. Like, come on, man. Like, tournaments are supposed to be fun, you know. It's all fun and games. No need to tilt or anything like that, because in the end, it's all about having fun. Not everybody makes it through tournaments, so you know, and not everybody makes it very far in tournaments either. Brings me back to the good old days when back when I was a very well-known Brawl player. I'd host some online Brawl tournaments on my live on stream, and the good times where I always lose on round 2 because I'm just good at Brawl. And it's a shame because when Smash 4 came out on Wii U, that was when I was actually starting to get pretty decent at Brawl. Like, I was getting a lot better, and then now my skill level in Brawl is kind of obsolete, which is very unfortunate. Also, yes, you can, we have a new mechanic here in the level. You can actually sidle on these, on the sidelines here. And now we have, like, 2 new enemies. We have the Hammer Bro, which we fought earlier, and then we also have Fuzzies, which you can jump on them, and your jump power is strong enough that you can actually just kill them without initiating a fight with them, which is very nice because Fuzzies are kind of a pain to deal with. So that's nice. You can get rid of this guy right here. You can get rid of this guy as well. Yeah, get out of here, idiots! Nobody likes you. Nobody likes you. Can I get across this? I did not know that there was stuff past that point. Okay. Well, there was stuff like above the spikes. So today I had a pretty semi-productive day. I guess you can call it productive. I spent all day watching Summer Games Done Quick. I also spent another good majority of my day editing videos to prepare for my uploading calendar. Yeah, because I need to stay on track here. I keep one of those lying around. It's actually public for anybody open to see what my uploading schedule is like. think a lot of people really look at that, but that's okay. Because if you want to surprise yourself on what I'm going to be uploading next, then that's also fine with me. In fact, a certain somebody seems to always wants to guess for himself as to what I'm about to upload next. Not gonna name names because you know who you are. Anyway, but yeah, I was editing videos and watching Summer Games Done Quick. A good majority, I spent more time editing videos because editing videos is sort of a priority here, and sometimes it takes quite a while for my videos to render. So, and when my videos are rendering, a lot of processing power gets used up, so it's like it lags like everything else on my computer. So I can't really do a lot of things while I'm editing. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Okay, I need to reset this. But anyway, a lot of but yeah, I can't really do a lot of things on my computer while I'm rendering because rendering takes up a lot of processing power, and sometimes my videos take like either an hour or two to render. So I usually gotta wait like an hour or two in order to do some very efficient things, such as watching Darling in the Franxx. And speaking of that, I'm actually feeling kind of sentimental because I've been really watching Darling in the Franxx, and for those who don't know what Darling in the Franxx is about, like I've been talking about it like all the time on Twitter. Darling in the Franxx is a show on you can find it on a few different sites. If for anyone curious on watching it, but basically, Darling in the Franxx, it's about it takes place like way, at least the time setting is like way into the future, and so there are these kids in the show, and these kids are basically trained to fight off these creatures known as Clactosaurs. Oh jeez. They're trained to fight off these creatures called Clactosaurs, and the Clactosaurs have like taken over. They've basically taken over the world pretty much, and it's up to these kids who are trained to pilot these giant robots known as Franxx to kill off these creatures known as Clactosaurs. So, you know, sounds basic, like really basic. But there's actually like well, later on, I'm actually at the point in the show. Well, what's keeping me watching that show, you know, because it sounds pretty basic, you know, and that's because it is. What's keeping me watching that show is that I got to the point of the show where things start to get things start to turn into an unexpected twist. And so I'm like one of those people where you know that feeling where when you're watching a show that's currently airing, like it doesn't even have to be anime, it can just be like any TV show as well. Be a TV show. It's like currently airing. Like let's say The Office. Let's say The Office it was still airing, even though it probably isn't because I don't follow up with those type of shows. But let's say it is, and like the episode ends on a cliffhanger, and so on some sort of cliffhanger, like the cliffhanger is like so bad that it's like that in your mind you try to think of some ideas on, oh my god, what just what happened next? Like I really want to know. I'm one of those people. But there's not very many cliffhangers in Darling the Franxx. But I'm at that point where, like, the story of the show is getting very deep to where I really want to know what happened, what the next part of the story is. Because I'm just a very curious person. I'm a person who's filled with a lot of curiosity, and that's what's keeping me watching the show. Which basically means that this show is really good, even though a lot of my friends have warned me before I even attempted watching the first episode that the show gets pretty weird. And I will say that the show is pretty weird at times. Like, there are definitely weird moments in it. Was I supposed to do that? Hold on. Calm down and focus. But the show is definitely, like, not, like, terrible by any means. Like, you know, of course the show's not perfect, so of course there are things I don't like about it, but it's so far a pretty good show. But yeah, I'm at the point where I really want to know where I just really want to know what the next part of the story is. And so, I've been spending a lot of my free time on it, which is partially the reason why I'm behind on editing videos and recording videos. I just really want to see the whole story. And I'm hoping that I can finish the show very soon. Even though I'm only at the halfway mark of the show. But I'm just really enjoying it, that I just want to keep watching. So yeah. Anyways. Back to Color Splash, I guess. Talking about games that are not Color Splash. And you know, you gotta find something to talk about whenever this stuff right here is kind of like boring stuff. And I do say this is some boring stuff because there's not really much. You'll never guess what happened when he got to the back wall. He started attacking boxes like they were enemies or something. Like was he looking for something? No. What? No one knows. Bahaha! Talk about losing your cool. Hey, I really want to know what was in those boxes, okay? But yeah, a lot of that stuff is very unexciting, or yeah, at least the stuff that I was going through was very unexciting, so I had to find something to talk about while I'm going through this boring stuff. We received a report that one of the precious fossils from Marmalade Valley was stolen using sophisticated toad treasure tracking technology. Just get it? Ha ha ha! Shout out to Captain Toad. I was told that you'd be quite pleased with this result, so don't hold back. You can give me a hug if you'd like, or hug the bone if you prefer. I was told that it's a thing that might do you well. I think, because I progressed through the text box too early or something. I don't know, but we got 3 yellow rescue squads here. Let's go ahead and give this bone a squeeze here. That feels good. So we got another bone. We originally found a bone in Marmalade Valley. If you actually try to go back to Marmalade Valley just to get this bone again, it will not be there. That was one of the things that got me stuck. When I was trying to, like, in between episodes, like, I thought I could go back there to figure out if there's a bone back, if I can, like, re-get the bone in Marmalade Valley to save myself, but it turns out no, apparently. That's a shame. But we got a bone, and now that is going to be useful. So actually, what I also found out in between recording is that when this guy was, like, quizzing you, and, like, you know, when he's asking you, like, yes or no, and stuff like that, you can actually say no, and you will not enter the tournament, and then you can go back outside and then access this area early, so that way you can actually win this fight first try.